This is a C4IQ, a washed up Leo player. Gonna do his match up tier lists. I should really have, I'm not sure, but you know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna tier list everyone and try and rationalize in my head. If I'm wrong, then I'll change it. I was meant to be doing this once a month for the Google Doc, but I've been slacking. Too much commentary, too much real life stuff. But I'm here now. A lot of Leo players have kind of made their voice heard, and I disagree somewhat, but it's all good. They're in the trenches, they're playing the matchups. I'm normally just seeing the matchups as a commentator, so there's going to be a difference in opinion for sure. So I'll just give my take. I guess we just start from the top. Gold Lewis. So I've been learning Gold Lewis since the last patch. Pre-patch, I didn't really practice him or like use him or anything like that. When the patch came out, I didn't pick him because of like the nerfs and buffs or whatever. I just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna learn another character. Kai wasn't really doing it for me because that's who I had as my pocket character in Rev. He's not really playing the same, so I was like, you know what, until there's like a fun zoner, let me just press buttons with Gold Lewis. So in this iteration of the game, a lot of people think that the FD changes really hurt him. I think he's not as potent. I don't think he's worse though. Personally, I don't think he's worse. I think he's still got the same frame traps, and I feel that's the most important thing about him. He's still got insane frame traps where you just literally can't press a button. You can't do it as often because the FD pushes you back, but he still has the initial frame trap, which gives him button throw, button behemoth, basically. And both of those things lead into pretty bad stuff. You can hit by behemoth, you have to burst or you die. If he gets a throw, he gets a Thunderbird setup, which is pretty strong still. Yeah, Smobes are really sick. Gold Lewis. Pre-patch, I was watching a lot of Kid Viper and I was like, damn, this character he's like the epitome of a brawler, and he's rewarded for one good mix-up / read. Versus Leo. His jump D is obviously a really strong tool with Gold Lewis. He can control space relatively well in regards to Leo. I don't think Skyfish is that good against pretty much anyone else bar Leo and maybe Pot, but even Pot can flick Skyfish. Leo doesn't do anything against Skyfish. One of the big factors that I'm going to use when tier listing Leo is that he doesn't have a run, so he doesn't get in easily. No matter what people will tell you or say or what they'll tell me, I'm like, he doesn't have a run. That's such a big deal in terms of getting in, where Nago doesn't have a run, but he has Beyblades and he has Clone that go full screen. Leo's S-Boom doesn't go full screen, never has done, so I'm not really upset about that. And Pot obviously doesn't have a run, but he can reflect projectiles back, so he can counter zone. Leo, S-Boom is one of the best fireballs in the game, 100%. I will never say it's not. It's definitely one of the best fireballs in the game. Can't low profile it in this game. You could in the old ones, but you can't low profile it. No one can. Well, technically, Zato can with Break the Law, but you can't use a move. Like Soul used to be able to like 2D, May used to be able to 3K. Can't do that, so it's really good. In terms of being able to space control Lewis, I think he can still do that fairly well. The problem is getting in on Lewis around BT. So because you don't have a run, you can't really whiff punish him in that way. So characters like Kai, I won't use Chip because he's just an extreme example, but characters like Kai can stand outside of the range, dash, get a button. Leo can't really do that. He's either full screen or he's in like a really odd footsie range where he who dares wins. So if the Lewis goes for 5M, I'm thinking Dragon Ball, my bad. If Lewis goes for 5/, kind of beats all of my buttons. So yeah, I don't think in that situation it's good, but I don't think it's bad. Obviously, having flash kick is really good. unlike a lot of the other characters, Gold Lewis gets a clash with Flash Kick a lot if he does like IAD Behemoth. That move is just mad active. It's very hard to beat that move with Flash Kick because it clashes a lot. You can guard point, yeah, but you can't do it on reaction. Far rest into guard point isn't that quick, so you have to just go into it and hope that he does Skyfish. If you go into it and he does Thunderbirds, you're screwed because you have to come out of the stance first before you can jump over it. Or you could just hold it, then he can run up to you and do a low, and then you get smoked. So yeah, even though I think Skyfish is really bad, I think it's way too slow. You can't do it on reaction to any fireball, but you can't just go into guard point because Lewis actually has pretty decent lows. 5k is a very fucking good low. And technically Lewis has a run. It's not a fast run, but it's still a run. It's enough that if I go into guard point and the Lewis runs up towards me and I don't have meter to RC, I'm blocking something, if not getting hit. Saying that, I'm going to say it's 5-5. I think you can zone him out the same way you zone Pop in terms of like outranging with pokes. You still have 5H, still have 2D. Luckily, Lewis's 6P isn't super good, so you can use 2D. Everyone else, maybe bar Jacko. I haven't tried against Jacko, and possibly Axel. Everyone can just 6P 2D absolutely free, and I get smoked for it. It's super upsetting. It's super sad times. But we're not, yeah, let's not talk about 2D. It's slightly overrated. So yeah, I'll put Lewis 5-5. If I had to push to one or the other, I would probably say Lewis loses to Leo. If I had to push, but I'm going to go with 5-5. Jacko, I feel Jacko is like, a lot of people think she's like the Venom equivalent. And I can see it. It's not as strict. Stinger, I'm so glad Stinger's gone. So she has 2D and 5k, which beats Leo really bad. For me, I feel Leo's neutral is very, very strong. I think he's got some of the best neutral in the game, besides not even having a run. I think he actually does hold his position really well, but lows destroy him because lows make guard point useless, and guard point is one of the biggest reasons I think he's neutral strong. So I really think he struggles against Jacko for that reason, and because of minions and how they interact with flash kick. Like, you can basically guard break him for going for a flash kick, and she has insane safe jumps off of nearly anything. Minions can go over boom, so you lose the fireball wall because when Leo gets hit, his fireballs don't stay on the screen. I think that's the same for everyone, maybe bar Kai. I know if you hit Jacko, minions disappear. So the fireball game doesn't really help against Jacko. Her jump's really good as well, her IAD jump, and that's one of the tools you need to have to beat Leo, is have a really good IAD game, so you can punish. Like, Faust can, for some reason, from nearly almost full screen, IAD and do that swim thing and still get a punish on S-Boom. It's really dumb. Have I played Jackos that abuse 5H? No, they always abuse 2D. That's all they need to go to beat Leo. Oh, you heard that top tier Leo is Gold Lewis's best matchup. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I haven't really. I might have to play Smoib to feel it for myself. But yeah, Jacko. I think Jacko beats Leo, not terribly badly. I think she negates all of his good stuff. Back turn is whatever because you can't reflect the minions back at her, so you really just can't do anything. But I don't think she smokes Leo. Leo's air-to-air game is really strong. Jump S is a really good button. I don't think she can really mess with that. And obviously when she's under pressure, she kind of gets mauled for the most part. Her reversal super's not very good because it's slow, so you can kind of navigate around it. and she hasn't got DP. So I don't think it's bad, but I'm gonna give it to Jacko. Axel. Oh no, that's the wrong side. Was that the wrong side? No, that wasn't the wrong. Yeah, no, it's the wrong side. Axel straight up 3-7. And if anyone looks at my earlier tier list, I wasn't sure about Axel. I thought, it's just early. People were bad. No one has to navigate through Axel. The addition of Snail and Rainfall makes the matchup insanely hard. Insanely hard, because you can't gain position after blocking stuff. So before you could block like a 2H or whatever and go, okay, I get to do a wrecker. It's not gonna punish, but I'm in a good rain. You can't do that anymore because of Rain and Skyfish. Rain and Snail. Obviously all the normal stuff, you know, 5p, blah de blah, 2H. I don't have a run, so I can't really dash block very well. I can still dash block, and Leo's got one of the best dash blocks. I think it's like 2 frames. He can go from run to block. I think it's 2. It might. I don't think it's 1. I don't think it's that good. It feels like it's 1 sometimes, but I think it's 2. So yeah, it's just bad. And it's annoying because it feels like everyone says Axel beats their character, but that's not the case, because otherwise you'd be the best in the game. It's not the case, but I do think Axel really stops Leo not having a run, not having a way to get blocked safely. Cross-up record's obviously slower now. S-Boom just gets absolutely destroyed by Renson, which it should do. That's fair. Being in back turn doesn't help because you don't get the counter state from like full screen normals. You get reflect, which is whack. I don't think you get reflect. I think he like passes through you or some shit. So yeah, pretty hard matchup. And Axel's got mad damage now. If he hits you with a bomber, that is GG's. I don't know a good thing that Leo has against Axel. Like back turn's just universal. Everyone kind of gets smoked by back turn, right? You safe jumping him doesn't really matter. The punish on his super, if he does do it, is like a neutral jump punish, which Leo doesn't get much damage for. He's better off getting like a grounded punish than a jump punish, and he's not encountering it, so he doesn't even get rewarded. I guess Leo does have a good way of not breaking the wall and keeping an opponent in the corner, which is good against Axel, because you don't normally want to break the wall because you send him back to mid screen, and having a positive bonus normally is pretty good for Leo because Boom RC is really strong. Like S-Boom PRC is like stupid good. There's only like 1 or 2 characters that can beat him. Axel's one of those characters. Axel doesn't care about Boom PRC. Kai's the other one. He just stun dippers and you lose. So yeah, I think Axel is like pretty bad. Chip, I think it's either 6-4 or 5-5 to Leo, or 6-4 to Leo or 5-5. It's a very volatile match. If I hit Chip, it's really bad, obviously, because he hasn't got much health, but Chip's got a very strong mobility advantage over Leo again, because the jump, Leo's jump it doesn't hit very high. You have to meet them at the same airspace in front of him for like jump S to be strong, and you can't do that. Free frame button, obviously really good against Leo. Stops a lot of his back turn shenanigans, having a free frame button. Very easy to stop his cross up wrecker. He gets unique punishes. Chip doesn't deal with S-Boom very well, but it's very hard to make a Chip want to stay on the ground. So it's like, yeah, this tool is good, but you're never on the ground for me for it to be strong. But if you are preemptive, I think Leo can definitely smoke Chips. You have to just be very, very active. The guard point is really strong now for trying to poke with far S, seeing that they've jumped, going into guard point, and then absorbing like the IAD jump S or HS or D, whatever he goes for. Flash kick is obviously really good as well against Alpha Blade. You can delay flash kick and obviously autocorrect. There is a blind spot, so if you're facing the incorrect way when he does Alpha Blade, it does whiff. People say it hits behind him. It hits behind him high up, not on the ground. So if he does a grounded Alpha Blade, it won't hit most of the time. It might trade. Sorry, it might clash, but it normally doesn't hit. So I don't think. I'm trying to think if Chip does something that really gives Leo a problem, but Flash Kick deals with a lot. Yeah, Leo probably beats him slightly. I think it might be slightly in Leo's favor, to be fair, which is good because Chip is a very strong character, so to have a good matchup against a strong character is obviously nice. Nago, I think it's as bad as Axel. Full screen clone, that changed so much, and I think the Kai players have the same mentality. Like when he was in level 2 blood range, you could play footies with him to a degree. You could play footies with him. Now him not being in level 2 blood rage is actually better, I feel, for the matchup. If I was a Nago, I would be like, I'm just gonna snipe you every time, because there's nothing Leo can really do against Nago if he's got blood. He has to just firm all the pokes. He just has to sit there and hold it. Obviously you can just do grab to beat his flash kick. I think you can do it from SS, the Gatling he does, and then the third, between the second and third hit, there's a gap. I think you can bite in between that, and I can't flash kick you. I'm pretty sure he eats the flash kick. Literally eats the flash kick. He just takes a bite out of it. Obviously level 2 blood rage, on reaction to an S boom, you can dash, do 5S and get a counter hit. It's a yikes in blood level 2, and it's a yikes because if he hasn't got blood 2, or even if he's willing just to go for clone, now he goes full screen, you can do that on reaction as well, and you get in. Can Leo do anything about round start 6-2-3? Who's that? Is that with Nago? Is 63 the clone or the Beyblade? That's a clone, right? The Anier looking thing. Oh, he can. So if he clashes with it, this was in the last patch. I'm pretty sure it's the same. It's a thing, but it's not something you can kind of base your strategy around. So if he clashes with it and he counts and you're just mashing S, you should just always mash S anyway, or FD with Leo. If you do flash kick and it clashes, you get like a instant overhead with S. So you get like a Ryzen S, which hits Nago because he's quite tall. That's cool. But basing your game plan around, oh, I hope this move clashes, isn't ideal. Other than that, he can't low profile it because his 2D goes too high. 2S does hit really low, but every other normal that Nago has outranges it. His 5k beats 2S, so it's a button that technically does well against it, but you're never in range to do it because every other button he has would just beat you out of it. So it's kind of awkward, and stuff like Beyblade goes over it because Beyblade's airborne for a couple of frames, or it's a low crush because you can't 6p it because you'll get counter hit. It's really weird. He gives him a lot of trouble when he's in back turn, obviously. But other than that, Leo doesn't really get anything off of like big bodies like he did in Xrd or Rev. It doesn't get like any really character specific stuff either. Like with weight classes, most of these combos are pretty universal. Well, maybe it's just the combos I found, maybe. Yeah, like Nago's good buttons aren't like lows, where I would say if they were, aren't just mids. Otherwise, I'll say, yeah, you can just guard point your way through the matchup. But 2S is such a good button. And Nago's literally just throw that out there because why not? It's got decent recovery. Leo finds it hard to get around 2H again because he hasn't got a run. So you got to do a lot of guessy flash kicks, which is kind of gross. And yeah, the disjointed stuff. Leo 6p is not bad. I will give him that. A lot of his best like engaging tools is run up 6p, I feel. But yeah, against Nago, it's kind of whatever when he's really gonna just do 2S for no reason, and there's no reason for him not to just do 2S or Beyblade or clone. Eno, I think Leo loses to Eno. Not as bad as those ones though. I don't think anyone else is this level. Maybe Ram, but even then I don't think it's these two are just yeah. I think Eno loses to Leo. I know a lot of Enos don't agree with this, but I never trust an Eno player. By the way they play, I would never trust one. So Leo's obviously a charge character. Eno does overheads for no reason, and they're always safe. They're just safe jumps. Her 6-6 is basically a safe jump. So flash kicking Eno is literally normally off the table. It's just not an option. You just can't flash kick this character when she's doing her grounded pressure, because 6-6 button block is, it just happens. They do it by mistake. It's just inherently part of the character. Straight to big trees, slightly hard to deal with. Leo's lows aren't super fast. His fastest lows 2k. 2s isn't even his fastest low anymore, and back in the day his 2s was super good. It was like safe on block, it was safe on insta block, it was really good. He's got reverse speed, so when he puts the pressure on Eno, it's not bad. But yeah, so the big tree is a bit of a problem. He doesn't suffer too much in neutral. I think in neutral he does do really well. S boom covers a lot of good range. You can normally react to sort of note stuff. So if they do jump note, you literally just do dash wrecker, and then you're at least underneath them or you clip them. If she does it on the ground, the ID option's not actually that good. Normally the best thing to do is do far S, get hit by the note early, and then react to what the Eno's doing. When you do that, then you only take one hit of the note. You don't take all the hits on the note. So you basically recover before the Eno can gain ground on you from the note. So in neutral, I think he does fine. I think it's the close range, the close quarter combat, where he suffers badly because he just can't flash kick. It is one of his best tools, and he can't do it. You can't get into back turn very easily in this version of Leo either. If he could, I'd probably put it 5-5, because then I'd say he'd win the neutral, because you could just go into back turn when you see them going for a note and then reflect the note back. Reflecting the note back is really good. It's super good. You literally just dominate for those like 2 seconds while you reflected a note, right? Because still got to recover out of the note. Characters like Kai, if he reflects stun edge at anything at like mid-range, it's a punish on Kai. Still, even with the buff on it, like, it's really fast. So that would be a thing, but the way he gets into back turn is super unsafe, and it wasn't even that good in Xrd. In Xrd, you have to go into a normal and hold it. Now you have to do a whole ass special. You've got to do cross up wrecker, or you've got to do turbulence, the 214S. That move is so bad on block, but people get away with it because it's the frame trap, I guess, and people aren't ready. Yeah, I just don't think he does anything well against Eno other than keep away. I think you can keep Eno away fairly well, but that's literally it. Actually fighting the character, I think, is just it doesn't work. Ram, I think, is 4-6 as well. Pretty obvious to a degree, like the neutral, the far S outranges everything like Leo has. He can guard point, which is strong against Ram. Her sweep isn't the best, so he does have that for him. When he's in the corner, flash kick is as good as having a DP because she doesn't side swap you. Refresher doesn't have left right, so having a flash kick doesn't really benefit you that much. He's a big body as well, so it's very hard for him to jump away from the explosion. Is the music like way too loud? I reckon it is way too loud. Should have turned it down earlier, my bad. Most characters don't have a mid that hits stroke. Yeah, but most characters have a good low. I say most, not most. Some characters have a good low to stop low. I'll give you this as well. Leo has a really good throw game. So he can do throw, dash, unstance, throw, and that's a meaty. You can't reversal out. Well, you can super reversal, overdrive, or whatever. You can't DP out of it. That's really good. That's like super. He can literally throw loop you, which is gassed. That is really strong. So if you throw that, it's really cool. But obviously, Eno's got reversal super. Eno's also got Megalomaniac, which is a war crime, to be fair. But yeah, with Ram, I think it's just the out poking that I think makes the match bad. Everything else I think is just fair. Like, everyone deals with it the same way. Leo doesn't really have more of a disadvantage other than he's slightly wider than characters. So when it comes to like dash blocking out, it's harder because you're bigger, so the explosion hits you where other characters wouldn't get hit, but his dash block is good. He can block like instantaneously from a dash. But yeah, it's literally because of 5S I put it as a bad matchup. That's literally it. And she has the best fireball in the game because her fireball is old Rensen. It nullifies other projectiles and hits you. So yeah, that is one of the fireballs that Leo loses to in the fireball war. Soul, I think Leo does good against Soul, funnily enough. I think he doesn't have to partake in the stupid like far S pressure bullshit that everyone else has to. I think he out neutral Soul. I don't think Soul's got super good neutral anyway. I think when he's in, obviously he's in, but to get in, it's not his forte. Obviously, Gunflame, you can just ID over it. There was so far 6S. If that's not cancelled immediately, he can just flash kick in between it. If they do 6S too close and they go for Gunflame, you can still flash kick them and the Gunflame won't hit you. So up close, I think Leo's flash kick is very strong against Soul. I think at neutral, like outside of poke range, I think Leo wins. When it comes to like poke range, I think Leo has problems, but not more than any other character. I think it's just Soul, right? The revolver chain is really cool. But yeah, I think guard point is really good in this matchup. Obviously the damage is damage, right? Everyone feels the damage of Soul, and Leo's got pretty good defense. So yeah, I think Leo does good against Soul. Geo, now I think 5-5. Maybe when I explain why I think it's 5-5, I might move. 2D, aka the Mago button, the 2D gods, one of the best buttons, full stop, in the game. Leo cannot fuck with that move. That move destroys Leo. Literally just do 2D. Max range, up close, always do 2D. Can't do fuck all about it. Leo just suffers. Guard point doesn't help. S boom doesn't help. He just loses. She's obviously got Spiral Arrow, which nullifies projectiles and hits. It's plus. Leo is one of the better characters dealing with plus frames because he forces situations like that to become Komoki, Community Oki. It's both of ours. So yeah, you can be like +3 or whatever, but I still might flash kick you. So unless you're gonna throw me over and over again, I don't really care that you got plus frames. It's irrelevant to me. Guard point obviously does well to a degree. She's got pretty good lows. 2S and 2D really give him problems. But saying that, he's a charge character, so a lot of the time he's gonna be blocking low, and she's got overheads. She's like a toned down Jam, and I feel Jam beat Leo in Rev, but she's toned down. She's nowhere near as dumb as Jam. So her dash block isn't as good as Leo's. Her strike throw game is obviously really good, but I feel Leo can keep it out of that range. You have to look for 2D, but that's the only button you have to look out for. So I think maybe Leo does all right against her. I really think Leo's buttons are really strong, and there's only one thing you got to look out for, which is 2D. Everything else is manageable, even like the cross up, the spiral arrow. Another problem he does have is far S for GO 5L. That shit anti-airs Leo all the fucking time because he doesn't have anything that hits below him, and that shit's just mad active. So you would jump. So say you think there's a throw coming, I'll do like IAD back H to punish, right? If they do far S, they could do it 2 years in advance. I'm falling on the legs and I'm getting fucked. But maybe I should just be flash kicking. Maybe Leo does beat her. I'll give the benefit of the doubt. I think Leo beats Gio. I don't think it's easy. I definitely don't think it's easy, but I think overall Leo beats. It'll probably be like a 5.5, but I'm not going to be that anal because I'm normally anal with everything else. But I'll just do 6-4. I think he does all right against her. Faust, I probably will put 5-5. 2K is obnoxious. Can't flash kick can't flash kick him. So pokes don't work against him because of his crouch. Like he's was it like 3 or 1 walk? All his good buttons whiff. 5K whiffs, 5S whiffs. Oh, sorry, not 5K. That doesn't whiff. 5H whiffs sometimes. But it's always been this way. He doesn't have consistent height normals, right? Or mid-range normals, sorry. They all go over fucking Faust. Faust does fall out of combos. I do actually need to find Faust specific combos, which is really annoying. I can't stand this character. He's so obnoxious. His ID is really good to beat out S Boom. What else is there? You can still 6p ish. I think you can you can 6p fishhook. I don't think you get anything in this game. Before you'd get 6p into Rekka and it would combo no matter the distance. Now I don't think it's the case, especially because they made cross up Rekka slower. So I don't think he can do anything off of that. S Boom isn't that good because you can fish hook on reaction and you get smoked because it'll pierce through the projectile, hit Leo, then the projectile disappears. Obviously the command grabs makes flash kicking not as easy. Bomb bag is harder to deal with now. Obviously I don't have a run, so if a Faust jumps, I can't just run underneath him when he throws the bag out. I have to kind of like firm it or try to air to air. If you get a H boom or something out, it's really bad for Faust. When you get those though, I don't know if it's the matchup or just the Faust being bad. Like the Faust should never let you be able to throw that out. Can you 6p her far S? Geos, not from what I've tested. Not from what I've tested. Once it's out, it's out there. Can you flash kick Scalpel? You can Scalpel is like the poke one, yeah. You can 6p it. You can 6p it. You can flash kick it, but 6p is just like a bit more consistent. And you don't really want to crouch versus Faust because he's got that stupid dumb overhead. So you don't want to really be holding charge all the time. But yeah, you can flash kick it. You can flash kick it. Dash block's really good as well in this matchup. He's got a really strong low though. Like maybe the furthest reaching low. I have to test that. Bar obviously stuff like Stun Dipper. I think he's got the best like normal low. But you still have to use guard point in this matchup for stuff like Scalpo, for the overhead. You don't get anything because he's always out of range. So in my head, it feels like Leo loses, but that's absurd. Like Leo doesn't lose to Faust because once he's in, he's getting. He might have to do specific combos. He might have to like take his time. He might have to go a bit longer to get in, but Faust can't keep him out forever. And Faust's game plan is to mix you after a while, and he will come in. He will go in eventually, and then you can fuck him up. So yeah, I'll say 5-5, even though I make it sound like it's bad for Leo. Kai, I was adamant that Leo versus Kai was one of Leo's best matchups. The changes have changed that slightly, but I still think it's good for Leo. Stun Edge recovery is better, so you can't just 5H him, counter hit, smoke him. You do get a punish though. You still get far S. You just don't get 5H. So the punish is less. His strike throw game still really strong. Versus Leo, he kind of suffers. He has to always crouch block because of like 2D, 5K, and all that sort of shit. Guard point is useless because of stun dipper, just doesn't exist. But Kai's DP is the worst in terms of startup, so you get away with a lot of stuff. Even though Leo's got safe jump off a flash kick anyway, it's kind of nice knowing that he's got a really slow DP. Kai 6P, you know what? I might make it 5-5 because Kai 6P actually destroys everything that Leo does. It beats 2K. The only thing you can do is 2S. For some reason, it beats 2K. Don't know why. I used to think Kai loses. I think the Kai players aren't playing it properly. Whenever I play Kais, and for some reason, all my friends play Kai. I don't know why. I'm only friendly with kings in the EU. But all I say is, yo, just run up 6P. I actually can't do nothing about it. You can't lose if you do run up 6P. 6P's beat 2D. So I can't even 2D and put you in that stupid flash kick or not flash kick mix. Can't do it. Like, Kai 6P is the best counter poke to Leo. It beats 5H, it beats 5S, it beats 5K, it beats 6K, I guess. I've never tried 6K, I'm not gonna lie. I'm assuming it beats 6K if it beats 5K. It beats Rekka, the same side one. It literally, you can only 2S, flash kick, or S boom. But even with S boom, Kai can 6H you on reaction. And if you're in the corner, you get wall bounced into death. It's fucked. It's fucked. But Leo does have good punishes. Like if he can IB, if you IB clap, fire a clap, he can 5K punish, which means 5K, 6K flash kick, safe jump. So it is good. I won't say Kai loses, but he has a way easier time beating Leo than Leo beating Kai because he can just 6H. Like legit just 6. Sorry, he can legit just do 6P. All I do is wait for the cross up and grab on reaction. Yeah, because I mean the cross up's trash. That's why I don't even. I've not spoken about back turn hardly anything. I haven't mentioned back turn in any of these matchups. I don't think back turn's that good. I think it's overrated. People just don't want to lab. I'm talking about his neutral, and I think Leo's neutral's good. I'm going to say he beats Kai, but this will change as soon as the word gets out that you can beat. Kai beats most characters just by 6P. His 6P's godlike. He just does 6P a clap. And if you can't IB a clap, it's fine. You just do 6P a clap again. And then you stun dipper. Fuck it. No, I'm making it 5-5. Stun dipper is actually too strong. I'm fucking 5-5. Don't care. Pre-patch, I was like, yeah, he smokes this character. Absolutely smokes it. Now that you can micro dash far S as well, that made a bit of a difference. So I'm going to put 5-5. In my head, it's still 6-4, but it is actually 5-5. There's a lot of shit that Kai can do. Well, no, there's not a lot of shit that Kai can do. There's one or two things that he does that Leo can't stop. You can't stop stun dipper. You can't react to it and back turn to counter it. You have to guess. And he loses to 6P. Does back turn P low profile stun DP? Nah, not anymore. It used to make burst whiff. I got it to happen once, and then I tried to replicate it in match, and I couldn't do it. And 6P's not even jump cancelable now, so they fucked that button up. But yeah, he can't low profile it. Can't counter it either, man. Leo got nerfed. But 6P used to be a pretty good button. But yeah, when they took away the jump cancelable part of it away and then gave it to back turn K, I was like, wow, they really just don't want you to use back turn P. That's odd. Fuck it then, I won't use this move. Like, fuck it. Where's Heapski? I don't know. He's probably resting up. He's probably in the Eno Discords. 6P is his best anti-air in back turn, 100%. He can't jump cancel anymore. He used to be able to get back turn P into the jump S route. You can't do that anymore. So you have to do like back turn P, anti-air, and then they fall into like back turn S, which is cool. But you have counter. And that's one frame. 6P goes into Kai's DP. But Kai's DP is slow anyway, right? You don't really need to make it whiff. There's not many situations where you would use back turn P instead of counter though. That's the problem. Before, I would do 6P because it's like, okay, even if you block it, I get to jump cancel when I get to do something. now you just go into the same shit. You go into back turn P, back turn S, and then when you go into back turn S, you're in a mixed situation. You're in the community Oki again, because if they backdash 5H, you're fucked because you can't stance cancel, and then you're minus 4 million. Or you go for command grab, which also loses to backdash. You get fucked because you're in minus 4 million situation. You can't block in back turn, so you can't do the OS, the OS that people do against Millia, right? Where you get 6p or FD. Oh, do you mean for the cross up in back turn? If you're talking about the back turn K, like left right stuff, like you meet with back turn K and you recover in time. Oh yeah, Acro found out a way to do it. Yeah, I don't know how to do it, but I saw Acro tweet it a couple of days ago. I normally skim over back turn mix. I normally skim over back turn tech in general, to be fair. But yeah, there's a way to. Yeah, so I don't think he did it against Kai. I think he did it against another character. But if it works against anyone else, then it definitely works on Kai. You'll be able to do meaty back turn K and then OS counter for sure. You can definitely do that. Maybe before you could do back turn K and then OS into back turn P to make the flash kick with. Sorry, the DP with. That's probably a thing. Okay, yeah. Me. So I don't like meaty back turn K. Is there an example? All right, remind me to talk about it at the end. I'll talk about it at the end. I don't like back turn K as a meaty. I will tell you 100% for sure, most people aren't doing meaty back turn K. That shit is hard to do. Like, it's a manual meaty. Unless there's a frame kill that I don't know about, but I looked for the frame kill and I could not find it. I think a lot of it is they assume it's meaty, so they just block it. But yeah, I'll talk about it afterwards. I think if you're not doing back turn S as a meaty, you're throwing. You're just trolling. Millia. I think Leo beats Millia. I haven't played. I need to play Jester and EU Millia. Before the patch, I think Leo wins. She's got a lot of new stuff though, so I'm not sure. But I said I'm not gonna have any like don't know section, so I'm gonna go with the old mentality. You touch her, she explodes. He has relatively good air-to-air game, and Millia's quote unquote was predictable, but now she's got way better like air options. Millia had something that no one else could do. She used to fuck Leo up for doing reverse beats, so she could mirage through 5H into far S. She could mirage in between it and punish. If you did 5H into Rekka, she could mirage and punish. She really deals with Leo's like unga bunga shit really well with mirage. I should make a video on it. But I told one person that was BB Tank, and then he stopped playing her and he starts playing Zato. So now I see no one doing it. But yeah, she can fuck Leo up. He has to delay his strings a lot because you have to catch the mirage. If you just do the normal timing, like the Gatling timing, you get smoked. Obviously, Flash Kick is really good against this Oki. Not having to guess which way to do the DP. She still has safe jumps, but she can't take away your reversal option the same way she does against like Soul, right? Soul has to go, which way am I going to put my DP? So that's obviously good. The neutrals, meh, it's okay. 5k is a really good button. Kind of stops a lot of Leo's BS, but he can blow it up. He can outspace it and throw like a H out or whatever. Or with punish with 5k, he can do a random 2D. 5k is not very active, so yeah, I think Leo does okay in that matchup. Haircar is obviously super annoying, but it's not Stun Dipper, so I'll fucking take Haircar any day of the week. She hasn't got Chrome and Rose anymore, so that's blessed. She's got a reversal, meh, that's okay, whatever. She can snipe you now, which you couldn't do before with the disc super. But you know what? I should be looking at your meter. I have the whole that. That's not really a match. I think it's just a Leo just being dumb. Anyway, her air game is so quick. throwing S booms out is dangerous anyway. So yeah. Okay, 6K flash kick, cross up, back turn K is beating jump and mash. Oh yeah, but you have to manually time it, right? There's not a frame. There's not a frame kill for it. You have to delay the cross up wrecker. Nelkiel, I need to know how to pronounce that guy's name. An Italian player, the one who put the tier list up first. He said like, oh yeah, you can still get meaties even though they slow down cross up wrecker, but you have to manually time it. Even with back turn, even in going into back turn S, you have to manually time it. You can't just go flash kick straight cross up button. You have to like frame kill somewhere in it. It's really dumb. Not dumb. It's really awkward. Sorry, that's the word I want. May. I think May's fine to deal with until you start trying to chase her. I don't think Leo can chase May. Leo can deal with May, I feel. His dash block is so good, it makes like dolphin pressure irrelevant. She has to throw you. Leo forces May to have to throw you because you just literally dash block P after dolphin. She can't do fuck all about it. You either you get an IB on the dolphin, then you get a free throw, or you get I think you get a 5k punish, maybe. Nah, you probably don't get a 5k punish, but you get a throw punish. I know that for 100%. And getting a throw is fine because you get throw loop, and she hasn't got a reversal outside of super, so that's really cool. Flash kick again. You can flash kick stuff in reaction. They made dolphin worse, so it's easier to 6p her. 2D's not too bad against May. She can't 3k underneath fireballs, so fireballs are pretty decent to a degree. Obviously her IID game is really quick, so it's hard. But yeah, I think the match changes when you start chasing a May going backwards. Then you lose. So you have to walk her to the corner. If you try to overextend and chase May, there is nothing Leo can do about back IID back button, because he hasn't got a run to challenge with 6p. Other characters can, well, I see other characters and I tested with Kai. If you see her take to the air and she's not going forward, just run forward. You see her backdash, her air backdash, and you go, whoa, at 6p, you lose. It doesn't matter if you come down with jump 2H, S, you just lose to 6p, right? She can do the, I don't know if they call it Renson in this game, the thing that sends her up with the anchor. She can use that to, like, you know, mess around with her air mobility, but that's it. Leo cannot engage. If you try to like get behind her across a record, the correction, well, not the correction, sorry, the tracking across that record is trash. You're always getting hit by the anchor every fucking time. You cannot get behind her, and that's because you can't make up the distance with the run because he doesn't have a run. But that is all saying, that's all on the pretense you're not playing the matchup properly. So if you walk May to the corner, I think he does fine. I think he does actually fine. You just can't chase her. You can try and do like air to air jump S, which isn't bad, but obviously May's got really good jump buttons as well, so it's risky. But if you play patiently, I think Leo beats May. Zayo, this one, I'm gonna have to take a drink for this one. This is the one that upsets me the most because I don't know. I really, originally Leo won in Rev 100%. At the beginning of the game, I thought Leo won. It's still the same. Nothing's changed other than I can't trade with drill. What's it? Invite to hell. So before you would go, oh, you invite to hell, I S boom. You hit me, but my S boom still comes out. So I'm cool with that. But Zayo is a fucking different beast in this game. Oppose is pretty fucking strong. Fucking strong. Yeah, so yeah, that was one of the reasons I thought the match was really bad for people watching YouTube. Jonathan's talking about Invite to Hell is a mid now. When I saw that, I was like, there is no way I can lose this matchup. I literally just go into guard point and you can't beat me anymore. Because Oppose used to hit low. Sorry, Invite to Hell used to hit low, so you couldn't guard point it. Now you can literally go full screen and guard point. He hasn't got anything from full screen that hits low. all of the Eddie hits are mids now, and invites hells are mid. His low, his sweep isn't got that much good range, so it was like, yeah, cool. I'll just fucking guard point my way in. It's fine. He can't stop me. He has to run up, do 2D, and as soon as you're willing to just do run up 2D, Leo's won. He's won the mental battle. And then I started playing Zeta. I was just like, okay, so I can't jump in if you've got Eddie meter. This is all with Eddie meter in mind, right? I can jump in. I have to just be really, like, you know, nuanced and random, unorthodox about it. But Oppose fucking obliterates him. It just absolutely deletes his health. Oppose is so hard to fight around with Leo. You oppose, Boom's gone out the window, even though he can just Drunken Shade them anyway. Like, Drunken Shade feels quicker than it did before in the old games. Drunken Shade feels like it's fucking instant one frame. Bang. That fireball's going right back in your face. So you can't H Boom in a matchup. You just don't do it. It's 0 point. It's just so much reaction time to put it back. You can S Boom, and it's normally just to hit Eddie. When I S Boom, it's normally to hit Eddie, because Eddie can't. I don't know if there is a way to get it so Eddie can get past it, but it feels like he can't. From what I've played, maybe I've only played bad Zetos, but I don't think I have. S Boom is just to clear the screen of Eddie for the most part. So his 2P has got really stubby range, so it's really hard to hit Eddie with normals. You got stuff like probably 2K is the better button. 2K is a good button to stop Eddie, but other than that, he hasn't got like a quick like fuck off Eddie button, which I think is pretty rough. H-Boom sucks. Yeah, H-Boom is... I think all the booms are yuck, but you have to use S-Boom. You can't not use S-Boom. You have to in a matchup. Oh, sorry. I am talking absolute trash. So one good thing about this matchup with Leo is if you get flash kick in the corner, even mid-screen, doing micro dash H-Boom is really good because Zato cannot do anything about it. Even with bar, he can't do anything about it. He has to hold that shit because it's me and he hasn't got a reversal. So that's really good. You can literally run, in my opinion, Leo's strongest set play against Zato, and he's like one of the only characters you can run it. Him and Pot. Pot, you can run that shit. You might do Aegis, Reflector, whatever. Fine, that's cool. If you haven't got bar, you're holding this heavy boom every fucking time. There's nothing you can do about it. So that's really cool. Zato has that. So when Leo is in, he is in. Like, he is impregnating Zato. He's so deep in him. But getting that hit is real hard now. real hard. Leo's 5H is really good against Zato because he can't 6P it. Can he not 6P it? I feel he should be able to 6P it. I'll test it. I'll take your word for it. So you can't 6P 5H. I know 5H is it crushes lot. What's the word I'm looking for? I know like 5H beats like Stroke the Big Tree. It beats what do they call it? What's the soul move? They call it something else now. It used to be Grand Viper. Vortex? Something Vortex? Is it just, yeah, Vortex. Fuck it, we'll call it Vortex. Yeah, it beats Vortex. So it beats moves that normally low profile. He's definitely got that. So yeah, it might be his 6P. I know it doesn't beat Kai's. Kai can beat your 5H with it. Obviously, again, it's one of those moves that you have to throw out. You have to throw out 5H, even though it's super slow. You can go into guard point a lot quicker now, so maybe I just need to update the way I play the game. Before, I was like, why am I throwing out this button? It's trash. Like, normally, you can't even go into guard point quick enough to protect yourself. Zane, what's good, man? No legends here. You must be talking about Jonathan. That's fair. He's the legend. I want to say Leo wins, but I don't. I think he loses in neutral really badly, and just as much. Maybe no. I'll take that back. It's not just as much. So on a scale of 1 to 10, Leo when he's in on Zato is like 11. It's super bad. Like, it's insanely bad. No mash buttons, no reversals. He suffers. When Zato's in on Leo, it's pretty good as well. It's like an 8 out of 10. Where before, flash kick would literally ruin his life. He couldn't do anything. The flash kick would hit Eddie and Zao. He didn't really have any overheads. He only had 6k, which was super reactable. So you just stand block, right? You go, oh, I'm just gonna hold this. As soon as you do anything other than 6k, I'm flash kicking. But now, obviously, throws beat flash kick. So so much has changed. This was like the matchup I understood the most in Rev. Now it's all out the window. It's all fucking changed. And in that game, Eddie had the command grab. So it was like, oh shit, it can't get worse than this. It has got worse. Oppose is way worse. Give Eddie his command throwback instead of oppose. I'll happily be down with that. Oppose is anti-neutral. Anti-neutral. You cannot fuck with that move. Unfuck-wittable. Which is cool. I'm happy. I like Zato. I think he's a cool character, and I like seeing Zato do well.
This is where you've chosen for your final resting place.
Oh shit! Have I got no alerts on this page? Hold on, let me add that real quick. This is the song I had in my head when I found out about Zato having a pose. I was like, objection! Your Honor, he is deleting neutral from the game. All right. So I want to say 5-5, but I honestly think the neutral is so much better for Zato in this game. Oh, and fucking Invite to Hell is literally half the screen now. Before, it was just like a little needle out the ground. It's like, yeah, I can get around that. It's fine. Whatever. Guard point is good in this matchup. Like, it beats 2S, and that's a really good poke. All that sort of jazz. But Invite to Hell is actually hell for fucking Leo. He is so big and wide. He cannot get around that button. Every time I talk, you think a tyrant. Don't worry, man. You're not the only one who thinks that. 5-5 for 5-5 for Leo. Oh, 5.5. Okay. I think it's a good time to get back into it. I think the hate for a lot of the characters is dwindled. Like, people aren't like crying about Soul and May anymore. I mean, everyone's crying about Nago. Nago and probably Ram. But at least it's only 2 and not 5 characters. I think it's a good time. It's got really fun. Depending on the character you play. If you're like Amelia, you're having fun. If you're an Angie, you're having fun. If you're a Faust, you're having fun. But yeah, I'd say give it a try. See how you like it. You think it's 5-5 in Leo's favor? I don't know, man. I want it to be. So I'm not down. I promise you, I'm not downplaying Leo. I just don't think he's as good as everyone thinks he was. And I was the first one to say Leo's broken on like day one. You can find footage of me playing like Theory before the game was released, when we was doing the Red Bull thing. I was like, Leo is busted. They've made his neutral way too strong. But Zato just deletes neutral. Oppose deletes neutral. I can't stress this enough. Oppose is the Phoenix Wright song. It's objection. You cannot poke. You cannot space. You cannot attempt to approach me. I will fuck you up. I will fuck you up. You jump in and oppose, you lose 60%. And the mechanics, I feel, work against Leo in this matchup because you can't just flash kick. Before, you could just flash kick Zato. All that sandwich subway bullshit where you're between Eddie and Zato, just flash kick, whatever. I don't care. I'm not even going to wait for you to 6k. I'm just flash kicking as soon as there's a gap. And I'm on hitbox. I can mash flash kick. It's absolutely fine. I can't do that anymore. I just can't. Now he's got a faster 6k, even though dust gives an indication. So when I get hit by him, like, I'm shit. I saw the orange flash and I didn't stand block. But everyone else is saying, oh my God, it's way too fast. You can't react to it. So, yeah, the command grab. And obviously he gets Eddie back after the command grab. I don't know, man. I feel like it's a stretch saying 5-5. I'm going to say 5-5. I don't think Leo wins anymore. I really can't see how Leo wins it. Like, guard point, yeah, that's cool. Eddie, Zato's fast. So he can get in and do the load. Not as easy as like Chip or anything. And he has to get pretty close. The 2D doesn't go too far. But other than oppose, Leo literally can't do anything. Can't flash kick anymore. Can't S-boom anymore. He might be able to 5k. I mean, if you're feeling that frisky, you could go for 5H, but before you could FD pierce or oh yeah, they made it so there's a flat the block stun's consistent regardless if you FD or thingy, right? Yeah. Well, that makes it even worse for Leo. That makes it better for Zaos because now they don't have to change timing for FD. Yeah, you can throw in a piercer regardless of what block option they do, right? I'm making it 5-5. You, I don't know if he's trying to convince me it's 5-5 for Leo, but now you definitely made it. Sorry, I don't know if he's trying to convince me that it's 5.5 for Leo. I think it's 5-5 on a good day. I think, ask me in a month, I might say Zayo beats him, and I'm sad that it's come to this. I used to like that Leo beat Zato because he was a super annoying character. Oh, okay. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I think I overestimated the strength of guard point against Zato. I thought he can't win if I'm in guard point because guard point is kind of like moving oppose, kind of. But the low obviously being the weakness, which is fine. It needs some sort of weakness, but it just doesn't help in the neutral. It really doesn't help in the neutral. They made it so the strike after oppose is like, I think it's 0 or +1. Before it was -3, so you couldn't punish him anyway. Unless you did it point blank and you IB'd it, you could throw him. But for the most part, you couldn't punish him for doing that anyway, and you could just cancel out of it. Leo's not really good in the scramble. Sorry, if Leo's not in back turn, he's not good in the scramble. So they both are kind of shit at scrambles. They've both got like pretty slow buttons. In back turn, yeah, Zato suffers pretty badly. He can't mash out. He has to just hold up. Oh, fucking hell. Zato's air game's better. Zato's air game is way better. Yeah. If anyone asks me, I'm going to say it's 5.5 for Zato. But for the tier list, I'm going to make it 5-5. I'm going to make it 5-5. Damn, the air game. The Zato air game. Unfuckwittable. Alright. I think 5-5's fair. I think 5-5's fair. I'll reconsider it. I need to probably play... I need to play Latif or something, get absolutely smoked so I can understand the matchup a bit more. But yeah. Angie... I think Angie... this is going to be a hot take. I think Angie's a better... Oh, no, I can't say it. I can't say it. No, I can say this. Angie is what Leo used to be, but better. This version of Leo is like anime Kai. So he's got the good neutral tools, but he does some like anime mix-up stuff with the back turn or whatever. Angie is, I'm swinging, and if you're in my way, you get deleted. That's what Leo used to be like. I think he's way more controlled. I know people don't play like this because they play in back turn, and in back turn you have to play like that because you can't block and you can't jump. Angie is back turn. He is back turn the character, but he can jump and he can block and he's got better range. Everything people like about I don't get it. If you pick Leo and it's not because of the character, like aesthetically, just pick Angie. Angie is back turn Leo. That is what he does. I think so. That's what I was gonna say. I think Angie's just a better Leo, but that's looking at it from the perspective that people play Leo for back turn. You can react to Angie's overhead, but you can't react to back turn H. I'm gonna say you don't need to react. You just OS it. But I think back turn is what, 18 frames? How fast? Do you know what speed Angie's overhead is? I don't even know what speed it is. Actually, don't know what speed it is. Back turn 18. All right, sorry, I was a couple off. But what's plus 25? Okay, that's cool. You don't need to react to back turn H. You do know that though. You've seen the video. I know you've seen my video. That's cap. We'll talk about it afterwards. I'm telling you, but this is for the YouTube video. Angie is back turn incarnate. That is what he is. That's how he plays. Everything he does revolves around back turn mix. Even the advanced stuff, like spin into throw. That's going like back to an S, stance, cancel, throw. That is just the same equivalent. He is counter at you. He spins at you and is invincible. He is the epitome of Unga. I don't get it. And his range, oh my days. His range is, it's good. I think it's, I haven't done the distance, but I'm pretty sure he's got better range overall than Leo. I'm pretty sure. Ko, give me Ko instead of Flash Kick any day. I'll take Ko. I'll fucking take Ko. He's got some multi-blood shit, bro. He's got EXDPs for multi-bloods. Jumping in the air. Oh, you blocked it. Cool. I've got an IED mix after this. It's fine. Oh, I whiffed it and you're still on the ground. Cool. I'm just going to hit you with some overheads. Like, he's a fucking dickhead. But we're talking about the matchup. So the matchup, I don't think is... You can... S Booming in this matchup is very good. He can like fucking spin for it, gorilla spin for it. It's fine. It's not too much of a problem. The fact that S Boom is kind of the control versus Angie, which is good. His ID is pretty fast, and he's got really good buttons out of his ID as well. Really hard to deal with. His 6P goes really far and fucks up a lot of Leo's grounded normals. Flash Kick isn't too bad against Butterfly mix. They have to do something very specific, I feel, to beat Butterfly. I'll have to ask Angie player. I know there is confirms where if you Flash Kick, you get hit by the Butterfly and then he gets combo, blah, blah, blah. I do need to test about Kara Flash Kick to see if that avoids it. I don't think it does. Angie suffers, like he loses to like the same sort of thing I was talking about Zato with heavy boom on top of him. Just has to hold that shit. No, you sorry, I shouldn't have said Kara. You basically micro dash. Sorry, I shouldn't have said Kara. I'm looking at pot and I think everything's a Kara. But yeah, you can micro dash Flash Kick. I feel Leo beats him. I just don't know why. I'm trying to think why he beats Angie. I would probably put Angie in a don't know, but again, I don't have that. I'm going to say he beats Angie. I just don't know why, because he's just, Angie's a better Leo. He is back turn. He's back turn Leo, but better. I don't know. I'm gonna put him there though. I'll have to revisit that one. Pot. This is where the Leo players are gonna hate me. I don't think Pot beats Leo. I think Leo gets smoked. Yeah, you just literally just plink. You just plink dash into Flash Kick. JS counter buff looks interesting for Angie. Oh yeah. Have I played it since the patch? I have played it since the patch, but I don't think they used the JS. They were still doing like standard Angie stuff. Yeah, so I think Pot, I don't get it. This is like probably the biggest difference between my tier list and other Leo tier list. Other Leos think that Pot beats Leo. I think they're not playing the matchup. I think they're trying to back turn Leo Pot, and it's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. It's joint Oki. It belongs to you and Pot. It's not yours. You're not entitled to anything when you go into back turn against Pot. You can't block. Why? I don't know the fascination of going into a stance where you can't block and you can't jump, and you're going up against someone with arguably one of the best corner reversals in the game in backwards mega fist. It's so good. Fuck that shit. Now they've made guard point better, so you can literally poke safely. You can't mega fist punish you anymore. You literally do far rest. Oh, it whiffed. I'll hold the button. Now he can't hit me. He has to do an air move. He can do fucking jump cheeks. He can do mega fist forward, backwards. I don't care what direction it goes into. You can go north, south, east, west. I'm in guard point. You're going to have to firm it. You're going to have to block guard point and do sweep. No Pot is doing that. Or block and then maybe do Kara Pot Buster. Maybe that. But, so Pot's got a thing. People don't know this. Pot cannot do Hammerfall safely unless he makes you block a 2H first. So 2H Hammerfall break. You can make that safe against, I think it was against 4 frames. maybe not 3 frames. I think it was against 4 frames. Any other thing, you can literally jab him out of it. One thing. If you block 6K, the shoulder barge, there is nothing he can cancel into that cannot get flash kicked. Everything gets beat by flash kick. The only thing he can do, I think it was backwards mega fist. It clashes every time. And you know what you get? You get IDS pressure. Because you just cancel the flash kick into IED or button or FD, whatever you want. It's good for you. The pot has to guess. It is not in his favor. You could do like literally anything. So if they're always gonna do 6K backwards mega fist and you just block and wait, then you get a punish. So you can force them to go to backwards mega fish and do something unsafe, because backwards mega fish, yeah, it's safe on block, but when it whiffs, it's easy to punish, super easy to punish. Pot cannot, well, most pots cannot react to S boom at S range, so far S range. That's where you want to stand. You want to stand at far S range. He can't do anything. He cannot win the matchup at far S range. You can react with flash kick to anything at that range. Hammerfall, forward mega fist, Garuda. What else has he got? Slide heads. You can react to all of that at that range, but he can't react to you doing S boom, so he can't flick. So flick that back's a really good tool against booms, but at that range he can. I don't think pots can do it. The hard thing is staying at that range and feeling comfortable. It's not comfortable. It doesn't feel good, and your reward each time is far S wrecker. If you're feeling, you know, frisky, you can do 5K, micro dash 5K, 6K flash kick. That's cool. Then you get a safe jump. It's pot. It doesn't really help having a safe jump, but you get a hard knockdown. Then you can get heavy meaty boom. You can do that instead of the safe jump. So yeah, you get scooped, but everyone gets fucking scooped. Like, that's just the character. Yeah, he can scoop you doing wake up flash kick. Why you shouldn't have got knocked down in the first place. You win the neutral. I don't know what to say. You literally just win the neutral. And I'm gonna find the tech. There's definitely ways to give your flash kick jump frames, so your throw invul when you do the flash kick. That's definitely doable. I just need to find a consistent way to do it. I don't think pot. If the Leo players want to tell me why pot beats Leo, cool. If the statement, the sentence, the phrase, the wording, the speech you give says about back turn, then I'm gonna say, yeah, that's why you're losing, because you just don't need to go back turn against him. You didn't do it in Rev because obviously his backdash was way better, way better. So he just backdash, pop buster, everything you do in back turn. Now it's not as potent, but you still don't need to go into back turn. Most people want to, I get that, but when you go into back turn and you get grabbed, I don't want to hear anything, because you know why? You can't jump. So why would he not grab you? It's like playing Persona against Kanji, getting put in shock state where you can't jump and then going, oh, I got grabbed. Of course he's gonna grab you. You can't go away. You can't backdash either in back turn. It's even worse. So I don't know. I don't know why you're going into back turn against a grappler. They're gonna have to tell me that one. So yeah, that's it. Leo beats pot 3, 100%. If there was 9-1 on this chart, I'd probably put it in 9-1. I don't get it. So yeah, that's the good matchups at the top. He does good against the good characters, but oh fuck, no he doesn't. Okay, so I forgot this is the new patch. So yeah, the two main culprits, I guess, are Nago and Ram. I don't think he does good against them. He has a really bad matchup against Axel, I feel. Eno's really annoying, and so is Jacko. They're kind of like annoying matchups more than just like straight loses. Maybe Faust is a bad matchup, but again, it's just, you know, I haven't seen really strong Fausts against Leo. Maybe I need to watch more Faust play. I watch Apology Man or whatever. Zato, man like Zato, he might change, I'm not sure. The spread for the 6-4, I think, is what makes Leo a top tier character. I think beating Chip and Soul not fairly easily, but it's seeable. I think most people can see why he beats those characters, and Milia, especially Milia now. Hopefully that's still the case. I think that's what makes him strong. And May's super annoying, and you can be as annoying back to her, right? So yeah, that is it. I'm gonna put this in the Google Doc. Safe. Right, done. Let me get a drink, and then I can argue with people in chat.